Hello everybody, this is Sherry at djsundry.blogspot.com, and today I'm going to make a quick card that I am making to send off to some college students in our church. So the first thing that I need is a piece of craft cardstock. This is a very simple card, and this is really the only base color that I'm going to use. So it's an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock, and it's cut in half so that it's 5.5 by 8.5, and I'll fold it in half here. Let's grab my folder and just like that. Okay, so there we have the base of our card. So I'm going to be using a couple of different things from K. Andrew Designs. I'm going to be using the set Splashtastic Summer, and I'm using Fishing You Were Here. And then I'm also going to be using my Life is a Beach Cricut cartridge, and I'm going to be using the Fish in the Fishbowl from page 52, and I cut that at 3 inches. So I have just some old ribbon. It's almost fabric type ribbon that I picked up at a I don't even know where I got it. I've had it for a long time, and it's cloth. It's kind of masculine looking, and I'm going to start with that. Now typically I wouldn't start with the ribbon, but I am this time because it will help me with determining where I'm going to put my fishbowl. So I'm just going to cut this just like so, and just cut a little crease down the side so I have a place to run my ribbon through. It's really quite wide ribbon, so I want to be sure and have enough room here. Not quite enough, a little bit more. That should do it. Run my ribbon through and around, make sure it's smooth in the back, and go like this. Now, I about had a mistake here. Before I do that, I want to get my frayed burlap distress ink and just go lightly around the edges just to add a little bit of dimension to the edge of the card. Not a lot, just a little. Just like so. Perfect. Okay. And then we'll just tie this up. Now I'd originally planned to tie it into a bow, but after working with it, I decided to go ahead and instead tie it into a knot. And that just gives me, it takes the size down from the ribbon a little bit. It gives me a little bit more room on the edge of my card. And I want to twist that underneath so that I don't have the it's just a single-faced ribbon, so I want to be sure that my single facing is I don't have the wrong side of the ribbon showing through. I'll just tie that just like so. Let's shorten this one up just a little bit, just like so. Okay, and if I wanted to, I could put a glue dot behind that bow, just to make sure it stayed in place, but this, I don't think I will this time. Now I want to determine placement of my fishbowl. I want the fishbowl actually to kind of go under the edge here of the ribbon, and then I have these little pieces, these little blades of grass that I also want to kind of go under the edge of the fishbowl. I think I'm just going to put 2. Now I kind of cut off the fin of the fish, and I'm really not too concerned about that right now because I'm adding another layer. So before I do anything, let's just take my glue pen here, and I want to glue down my grass because I don't want it showing at the bottom. You know, every fishbowl or fish tank needs some grass in it. Just, I don't know, give some interest to the fish tank for the fish. We don't want them to get bored or anything, I guess. So we'll just put that just under there, just like so. And I don't care if it's straight or not. Okay, so now that I've determined where my grass is, I can go ahead and put my fishbowl down. Now, if you've used Life is a Beach, you know that with this particular image, to get this image, there were only 2 layers. This was the main image on the page, and the next image, the only other layer, were the fish and the fins and the tails for the fish. So I actually had to cut out the main layer 3 different times to get the color that I wanted. So just be aware of that. I had to cut it, the blue and the green and the main body of the fish, and then the bubbles, those were all 1 layer. And actually I am going to have it 3 different layers by the time it's said and done, because I wanted a different blue for the bubbles. So it seems like there's a lot of waste. Now, like when I was doing the fish, I could stop it early before it cut the bowl. It's just up to you, but just be aware that that is how it cuts, so that you know, so that you don't waste any. And it seems it seems like the new cartridges, they have made improvements on, so that a lot of the layers, you don't have as much waste as what you do on some of the older cartridges like this one. So the second layer was this layer that I'm working with right now, that had just the fish's tails and fins. So that was its own layer, but the rest of it was just a single layer that I had to cut 3 times. So I'm just about done. This is just a very, very simple little card. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glitter to it to add some interest. My glue pen and I aren't getting along right now. There we go. Now the bubbles, I cut in a 4th color, and I'm going to grab my tweezers for that because they're so tiny here, and just kind of put that here. Now I'm not too worried if some of this glue is showing, because it dries clear, so that's good. The set of stamps that I'm going to be using, today is the first time I've used them. I got them, but it was already almost the end of summer before I purchased them, and I just haven't had many occasions to use them, so I'm kind of excited to get to use them today. Now I am going to be using a black dye-based ink pen, my old black Excelsior pad, to stamp this in, because I just kind of want it to be kind of bold up in the corner. And I'm just going to stamp the Fishing You Were Here right here in the corner. Clean that off. And then there's only one more thing I want to do to the card. I have some glitter glue here from Studio G, and I just want to give those bubbles some extra glitter just to add a little bit of interest to the card. And there we go. Just added a little bit of sparkle and a little bit of glitter. I'm not even sure how well the camera picked it up. But just a very simple card. It says Fishing You Were Here. So thanks for watching and have a great day.